My name is Eli Wood. I'm a senior, and I go to South Effingham High School.
Watch him. He comes in the room. He works hard. There's no nonsense. He's academically gifted. You know, he's had some adversity in his life that he's had to come through, and he came through it real good. And to be honest with you, he was terrible his freshman year. I mean, he didn't register a varsity match, and didn't even place in the state tournament his junior year and wins the state title. And I think it's just the epitome of coming in, not having a background in wrestling, and working towards a goal and accomplishing that goal. It's perfect.
So Eli, he's always been more mature. You know, he's definitely one of the mature students that I've had the pleasure of working with. Athletes are my go-to, just because I know how much leadership and teamwork ability you have to be, you know, on a sports team. So those kids, you know, a lot of these kids on sports teams, they've been, you know, going to elementary school together, middle school together, now they're in high school together. They've had that team concept their entire life, you know, and what do they want to do? They don't want to let the team down, you know, and that's what we need in the military. You don't want to let your teammates down. You know, you do everything that you can to make sure that your team succeeds. And that's what I like about them, because they're driven.
I think around sophomore year, I was at the Effingham Career College Academy doing automotive class, and they had a career fair, and the Army National Guard was there. And so that's when I first saw it, and I looked at a paper of all the colleges you could still go to, and I thought it was cool that you could be enlisted and still go to college. And so that's what got it on my radar.
I know people right now that are in the Guard that do 1 week in a month, have a full-time job, and they're working towards their master's degrees or their doctorates, you know? So having just that growth and the opportunity to have the time to work on stuff, like it's always there. Like even, I mean, I would say me being full-time right now, I still have an opportunity, like I'm about to start school to finish my degree, because I have goals where I want to be once I get out, you know? So that's just one thing good about the Guard, you know? You have all that time to, you know, work on other things aside than the military, but then you are part of the military as well.
I was active duty for 24 years, retired as a lieutenant colonel. And so last summer, Eli, along with 2 other students on our program, I sent a link to apply for a 4-year active duty Army ROTC scholarship, because I had taught Army ROTC twice. I was commissioned through ROTC program at Marquette University, and there was no doubt in my mind. I was like, man, Eli is going to make an excellent active duty Army officer. And so I was kind of pushing for that, because you know, the officer corps or enlisted corps, we need to have just quality people. And so I knew that wasn't the route he wanted to go. I know he wanted to kind of be close to home and go to school. So I think that the National Guard got a real gem, to be honest with you, because I think that, you know, being in the military for as long as I was, I run this program very military style. I expect a lot out of people, and I think Eli is going to have a great time in the military. He's going to be able to give back a lot.
Like in times of need, like Hurricane Katrina, stuff like that, you know, Army National Guard's there to help, you know, so I feel like it's important to give back to your community. I mean, this is where I was raised since I was a little kid, so I think it's important to give back.
I mean, he's a good kid, you know, so this summer he's got goals and aspirations to go to Ranger school, to go to airborne school, you know, to go to air assault. Nothing that he thought of that he wanted to do before, you know. So he got accepted to Georgia Southern. He's going to do ROTC here. But when I brought up Ranger school, you know, he's a rock star, you know. I told him, I was like, dude, you could be a Ranger if you wanted to. You could be airborne. You could do all these things that, you know, you wouldn't really necessarily know about unless you did this.
I was raised in a household that always wanted to help other people, and so I think it's very important that I help serve my country in my own way. And I think it's okay if you serve in your own way, but I think the military is the way for me to serve.
I'm super happy for everybody, because it seems like everyone's going to benefit from him going that route. Himself, his family, the Georgia Army National Guard. I think it's going to be great for everybody.